Wild boars are super aggressive, and some animals find that out the hard way. It's not that they're too strong to be defeated, it's that no matter how big or strong their opponent might be, you can rest assured that they'll leave them with some pretty bad scars, and they're just too difficult to deal with, which is exactly what we're about to see today. Wild boars are known for their ferocity, brown bears for their aggression and power. So what happens when these two forces of nature go head-to-head? The outcome may surprise you. This encounter starts off with the bear stalking its potential prey. Unfortunately for the bear, the boar had already noticed the predator's presence. The bear gave chase, but the boar led it on twists and turns through the snow far quicker than the bear could handle. Eventually, though, the boar turned to face its foe, and it scared it into submission. Lesson learned: never mess with a wild boar. Here we have another instance of a bear getting too close to a boar. This one might be a little more understandable though, as the boar had its little ones with it. And any boar with piglets is a big danger to any creature that might think of even breathing in its proximity. The bear looked like it was minding its own business, but that business was too close to the boar's offspring, and it angered the hostile creature. Soon enough, the boar charged at the unsuspecting bear, and unsurprisingly, the bear chose not to engage in this fight. Now, while bears might pose a real challenge for the boars, big cats are another story entirely. In this clip, we have a leopard stalking a group of wild boars. Maybe the leopard was feeling lucky, or maybe it simply didn't know that it had pulled up in the wrong hood. Either way, it picked the wrong fight. As it charged towards one of the boars, it got slammed into the ground by its really hostile cousin. Even worse, the boar dragged the leopard across the ground using its tusks. The leopard got out just in time, cause these angry beasts were about to rip it apart if it hadn't. What a colossally stupid move that was. Leopards are opportunistic hunters. More than that, they're deadly, powerful hunters. However, sometimes, even they bite off more than they can chew, as we just saw. This leopard, for example, did not know what it was getting itself into when it chose to attack a wild boar's piglet. All hell broke loose once the herd realized that one of their own was attacked, and the furious boars drove the leopard up a tree, where it was probably planning to live out the rest of its days. It knew perfectly well that coming down would have meant a death sentence, and it was probably willing to stay up there for as long as it took for the angry boars to disperse, because it knew for sure that they weren't going to calm down and just forget what it did. Quite like this leopard, who had apparently messed with the wrong boar only to get chased up a tree itself. At this point, I'd wager waiting the boar out until it gets bored is the right course of action. But another thing that boars are known for is holding a grudge. The leopard may have gotten away from the angry creature for now, but unless it was going to abandon that entire area, the boar was probably going to find it and teach it a lesson at some point. I have no idea why any predator would want such a hassle. Just look for an easier and more tempered prey to feed on. Stop going after these things and getting destroyed by them. Here we have a bunch of cheetahs that tried to go after boar calves, only to realize that they've messed up. They quickly got chased off by one of the herd, and the cheetah's reputation was tarnished as a result. Humiliation was the only thing that they were gonna find right from the start, but the foolish big cats couldn't help but try their luck. They probably thought that they could distract the boars and snatch one of the young ones and rely on their speed to pull off the hunt. But the clever boars had the correct strategy, and the cheetahs couldn't break through their defense. Water can be very hard to come by in the wild, so it's understandable that there's a huge degree of competition around water holes when it comes to wild animals. You'll usually see both prey and predator sharing rare moments of civility around these small pockets of life, but that'll rarely be the case if a boar is involved. These territorial animals spotted a group of cheetahs drinking from a water hole that they wanted to drink from, and all hell broke loose. Instead of trying to share like the cheetahs were willing to do, the boars decided to bully the big cats out of the area so they could have the whole thing for themselves. Needless to say, the cheetahs didn't stick around for long once the boars decided to attack. Here we have a cheetah that decided to target the weakest member of a boar herd, their little one. Unfortunately for the cheetah, it forgot to factor the boar's mother into the equation, so when the angry mom came charging, the cheetah was flung into the air and sent packing. Not only that, but the brave mom went chasing after the cheetah and trying to cause it enough damage to never hunt again. The cheetah was running away at full speed, regretting trying to mess with such a crazy animal. Okay, so if one animal can't beat a boar, perhaps two could? These dogs decided to pick a fight with a wild boar somewhere in Argentina, only to realize too late that the boar wanted all the smoke. Not only could they not get close enough to do any real damage, but on the rare occasion that they did, they got slammed into the wall. Running away was the only smart thing that these dogs could do, and they did exactly that. You guys know how Kangals are some of the baddest dogs and creatures on our planet? Well, they too regret messing with wild boars most of the time. This huge Kangal dog decided to go after a boar, thinking that it would dominate it like it does with most other creatures. But boy, was it in for a surprise. The boar tried to run and avoid the fight at first, but when the dog persisted, the boar decided to teach it a lesson and make it understand that it just didn't feel like fighting. Not that it was scared of it or couldn't wipe the floor with it. The boar charged at the dog and got it pretty good, delivering some truly devastating blows. I bet the dog's entire life flashed before its eyes that day, but it was a good lesson about carefully picking your battles. These two dogs were trying to shepherd a herd of boars for some reason, presumably to some place where they were planning to attack or ambush them. However, things got slightly awry, as one boar decided it had had enough of the dogs' pestering and charged at them. The dogs immediately moved back, and the boar decided to leave them be since they seemed to have gotten the message. Ooh, that was a close one. They say lions are the kings of the jungle, but sometimes even kings can't control their subjects. This lioness picked the wrong fight with an adolescent boar and narrowly avoided being at the sharp end of its fury. Do you see how small that thing was and how terrified the lioness was of it? Never go into a fight that you're not sure you're gonna win. Now, here's something that you don't see often. This young boar seems to have picked a fight with the lioness that was just trying to ignore its attacks. The lioness continued to put on the nonchalant act until it realized that the boar was doing quite a bit of damage, leaving it no choice but to run off into the distance. In this clip, a crazy boar was seen standing up to perhaps the one Saharan predator capable of taking its life, the male lion. The lion charged at the boar directly, but the boar refused to budge or try to run. The lion ended up killing the boar, of course, but while the boar may be gone, the herd that it left behind wasn't, and they always make a point of exacting revenge. Wandering into the swamp with your whole family is never a good idea, and this boar family learned that the hard way. Their little ones wandered too close to a sleeping predator, a remnant of the dinosaur era. The crocodile instantly honed in on the young boars and launched itself at them, only to be stopped in its tracks by the adult ones. The croc realized that it was vastly outmatched, and it decided to keep its distance. Adult boars are as fearless as they come, but their little ones are nothing to scoff at either. This one decided to pick a fight with the leopard, and the big cat was completely baffled by the little one's attack. I think it was simply too stunned to react, and I have to say I kind of feel the same way. Which of these moments was your favorite? Please let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please, turn on your notifications bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.